On to you crabs out here. So you have the Justice, the Three of Swords, and you crabs also have the Eight of Pentacles. In this deck, the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles look so alike. So every now and again, I have to really sit back and kind of see what I'm watching. Otherwise, I'll end up getting lost. But there's a sense of you crabs sitting back and paying attention to the lack of value that you crabs would get versus what it is that you crabs would gain. The Justice represents you now having a newfound understanding that why should you give so much and you get so little in return? Relationships should be, you want some things too. Relationships should be more balanced. And so the Three of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles represents all you do, you'll get heartbroken from individuals that don't really mean you any good, but they want so much. And so now you crabs have a newfound understanding that, you know what, you should get something. Because people who allow themselves to do so much in relationships and then they don't get any value back, it actually speaks to a level of low self-image. Don't ever be in a relationship with somebody and they give you nothing back. And the only thing that they can give you back is just parasitizing off of you, or parasiting off of you, leeching off of you. They're just gaining. But they're not actually bringing something that makes you feel good, that puts you in a better position. You benefit from it. Because in relationships, you will do things that benefit them exclusively, and then those people will do things that benefit you exclusively. That's just how it is. But it's still 50-50 because you're balancing out what was done for them. They're balancing it out by doing what you like to do for specifically you. They may not even like it. For instance, if the two of you go kart racing, they may not like it, but you do. But they're doing some of the things that you crabs like to do. Why? Because you crabs do something that they like to do, right? They may like to eat out at this place. You crabs may take them there. You may not necessarily like to eat out or eat at this particular place in particular, right? I'm just saying in a general sense. But you'll do it because you love this person and this person obviously brings in value for you. See, what you crabs were doing and what the majority of people do, I got caught up in that too, is not really taking a real overall real look at the value that people give versus what it is that they want. Does a person bring value to me? You know? Does a person bring value? That's a notification of one of my stocks going up. But does a person bring value to me? If a person does not bring value to me, then why would I waste my time engaging with them? Because and what am I saying is I'm using myself as an example, but let me start using you as the example. Why would you crabs be in a relationship with somebody that refuses to give value to you? And see, the Eight of Pentacles represents, now you crabs figured it out. Now you understand. Don't ever be in a relationship or any kind of connection with somebody where they don't just give you value, unless the person is disabled or unless the person is like a child or something like that. Those are really the only examples in which an exchange is given where not much is really given back. Does the child have to do anything for the parents? The answer to that question is no, But yet the parents still, the healthy parents still love their children, right? So when we start talking about two consenting adults, right? Two consenting adults, right? Being engaged with one another. Why is that so hard of a concept, right? So you crabs, now you understand where it is that you were going wrong. You figured it out. The Five of Cups and the Sun card is that you're upset that you didn't figure it out sooner. They have to bring value in. They have to actually, their value that they bring has to outweigh the detriment of them being in your life. Everybody is detrimental in certain ways, myself included. But I would like to think, because I'm not someone else observing me, but I would like to think that the value that I bring greatly outweighs the detriment that I bring. So the situation with that is the Five of Cups and the Sun card is about how you are in a particular situation where you're in a situation where you crabs are actually getting it together. You may be a little bit down on yourself. You may be kicking yourself a little bit or giving yourself a little bit of a hard time, like, why couldn't you figure this out sooner? But you're learning from your mistakes, and that the Star card is the new way that you're going to come into relationships, right? The Star card, let's kind of speed it up, and the Seven of Wands, which is you will expect something. You will want something in return. You want to be treated with respect in a relationship, but it just can't be all ethereal. It has to also be material as well, because that's what it is that you are satisfying. You are satisfying the immaterial things like love and respect and loyalty. You can't buy love and respect and loyalty. These are non-physical things, but also other physical things too. Gift giving, quality time, dates, romantic fun. All of these different things are actual tangible things. You see what I'm saying? So you have to marry, ironically, you have to marry or bring those two together. And that's how a person, right, will show more of a complete love, right, and bring overall value. People aren't trying to do that. People aren't trying to create love. They're not trying to bring intangibles and tangibles. They're not trying to do any of that, which is odd. But then they expect to still be in a situation where they think that they should be in a relationship for a very long time. Well, not if the person has self-respect. And see, this is what you crabs are paying attention to. The Sun card and the Seven of Wands, if they don't come to you with value, you will dub them, because your mentality has changed. You're watching, you're going to give value, but you're also paying attention to see what is this person's value. This is the reason, another reason, why it is I have said a million times in the past, do not talk to each other every single day. Do not see each other every single day. Do not live together. You know why? I'll tell you crabs why. I'll tell you crabs why as well, right? Because I don't want y'all to just be running around not knowing what's happening. So the part of the reason why is because you'll also get enough space to think about if the person is being a parasite or if the person is actually contributing to this relationship. One of the worst things, my dear crabs, a person can do when it comes to a person who is trying to eat their personality, parasitize or parasite off of them, is to stay with them, stand next to them, be with them, hang out with them, engage with them, because it's a parasitic, parasocial relationship. When the days that you don't communicate with the person, say anything to the person, you don't live with them, it gives you enough room to actually gauge the situation, to contemplate and to say, is this person actually giving me real benefit for real, or am I hallucinating it? Am I expecting something in the future? Am I actually looking at this person because why is this person giving me such a hard time? You put yourself in a very good perspective, because now you have enough room to reflect and go, does this person actually really give me value like that? Or is it that this person is really trying to get me to stay away from them? And then you actually reflect on it and go, and then you make your decision from there if you're being truthful with yourself. Living with the person, calling the person, it makes sure that it keeps that parasitic relationship going if they are trying to take advantage of you. So now you don't even have the breathing room, the space to even say, nah, this person is a parasite, because your identity has become merged and attached to theirs. This is why I keep telling y'all be making it seem as if like I'm capping, sitting up here lying, but I know what I'm talking about, yo. So then you have the Six of Wands and the Queen of Swords. The Six of Wands and the Queen of Swords right here speaks to how you crabs also, you understand you're getting this is amazing. This breakthrough that you had is amazing, because now you don't have to be scared going into relationships. If a person, you can just watch, if they're not bringing value to you, it's a dub, ghost. It's like, why? Why not? Because you're not giving me value. Why shouldn't I leave? Of course I'm going to leave. Then the Ace of Wands and the King of Cups represents, so it will help you crabs determine, right, getting over the mushy stuff, because we know you crabs are sentimental, and there's nothing wrong with being sentimental, but you just have to be sentimental with the right people, is what I'm saying. This will help you crabs get over the sentimentality of it all, right? The romance of it all, the fact that you are being overly romantic to a person who does not want to contribute anything to a relationship. You crabs can actually see, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to them because they're not actually bringing value to me. They don't give me their loyalty. They don't hang out with me. They don't spend quality time, right? I guess quality time is translucent. I guess that's both, right? Because you're right next to the person, but then the two of you may not really be having to do anything at all. Y'all could be sitting on the couch watching TV. So I guess that's kind of in the both area, but they're not spending quality time. They're not gift giving. They're not giving you any gifts. They're not doing any value. They're not giving you any value. And now that gets rid of the sentimentality, because that gets it up on out of the way, because now you crabs get an actual chance to sit back and say, now you get to decide whom you're going to cut off, and it's clear why you're going to cut them off. You're going to stop hanging out with them because they're not trustworthy, because they don't bring value to you. So if you just give them gifts and you bring them this and you bring them that, the fault is yours, because they're not doing anything for you, and yet you still giving them gifts and trinkets and gifts and trying to spend time, and they're not spending time with you. So let's clarify some cards. Let's clarify the King of Cups. So it'll have you look at things from a more realistic perspective. Let's clarify the King of Cups. Scorpio energy, Hanged Man, Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles. And this is where things are going to get great for you, but worse for others. Because Scorpio energy and the Hanged Man, your whole mentality has changed big time now that you crabs realize this. So that's good. I expect you crabs to actually progress with this, and actually see results. And the thing is that, and it took you a little while, because you have to figure out what you're going to bring to the table and what you want. But you are on that track. You're on the fast track now, actually. The Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands speaks to how, and now, right, in the Five of Pentacles, now people are going to have to either bring value to you because you're bringing value to them, right? They're not getting played. They're not getting played from you crabs because you crabs actually are bringing them value. You are. So, you know, that's one of the worst things in relationships, my dear crabs. Don't let people ever get you caught up with that because they have to bring value. And this is what some people, you're going to see who excels and who struggles. Because I'll tell you why, right? Don't ever let people pump you up and make you seem like you're not doing what it is that you're supposed to do, because what's happening here is that you crabs are figuring it out big time. And don't let people pump you into thinking, right, or like, you know, fill your head up with nonsense is the point that I'm making, into thinking that you crabs don't deserve anything because or deserve less, or deserve whatever it is that they're willing to provide, which is not much, because of the fact that they essentially they don't want to bring much. They want to come up with excuses, right? So now it's, oh, you crabs are tripping out because, you know what I mean? Because because the way that they'll do that, they'll make it seem like they're getting played. That's one thing that I can't stand. That's one thing I can't stand. I can't stand when a person, right, tries to, like, you know, people play the victim, like, oh, this is what I deserve and deserve this and deserve that. And it's like, no, let's get one thing straight. You deserve what you worked for, what you sacrificed for, what you put work for, what you've been patient for. That's what you deserve because you worked at it. You earned it. Okay? Then see, the thing is that people make it seem like they're getting played. Like, oh, I got to play you before you play me. Those types of individuals, especially when you haven't played them, you haven't given them any reason to think that you crabs would play them, don't ever allow someone to play you like that, crabs, because that's a game that they're doing. They're running game. They're running game on you because what do they, because you, all you need to do is ask them questions. What do they think they're being, sorry about it. I was chewing this gum, and this gum right here really makes you salivate. Sorry about it, but I'm not perfect like I just demonstrated. But excuse me. But what do they think that they're not getting is the question. That's the $64 million question. What do they think that they're not getting, right? That's when it is that you begin to ask, what do they think that they're not getting? Because a lot of this stuff comes from, they think that people are withholding value from them. And it's like, well, that's their plight. And it's like, well, what do you think that, what do they think that you crabs are withholding? What do they think that you are choosing to keep from them, right? And being the villain. What do they think that they're losing? If you're bringing value to them, what is going on here, right? So if they have this mentality where you need to do more, that's where the ideology of you need to do more come from. You're doing the bare minimum. What do you think that we are doing? How much do you think that I can do? What is not the bare minimum to you? Well, I want you to throw me a parade. I can't afford a parade. Well, why not? Because I'm not rich. I'm gonna ask the question again. What do you think you're being played about? They're gonna give you the look because they know that they'll know then, if they don't know it, they'll know then how stupid they sound. So don't ever let someone try to play you and make it seem like, oh, you're doing the bare minimum. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace. Come through and get some personal readings.